ended up in Guysuco. I've been here, I believe, since 2001. It's been a rough road and a very good road. Sugar is, when I first came, I never worked in the sugar industry. I worked in North Africa, Spain, and in tropical Africa for a while. When I first came here, people tell you that you're either a sugar person or you're not a sugar person. And you figure out very quickly.
You're either sweet or sour.
You're either sweet or sour. Because I didn't have a background, and remember I didn't spend my entire life in Guyana, so I was very unfamiliar with living here. And in a very, very short space, sugar got in the blood. And it's almost a love-hate relationship, but I really do love the industry. When I first joined in the early 2000s, the industry production kept going. Everything was looking well, skeleton was going to come on stream, and everything was coming up roses. Then we had 2005 flood, and then we seemed to be on a downward spiral. So I'm just going to present it from the Guysuco perspective of roughly how we got here and what our plans are, and that's not all doom and gloom. Now, we all know that the main market for our sugar has always been Europe, historically, and even today it is our major market. So we traditionally sold the majority of our sugar, roughly between 60 to 70% of our sugar, will go to the European independent production. There's a CARICOM market, which we supply, and there's the United States quota. So these are quota markets, so we're guaranteed a price by the European Union. Now the sugar protocol came to an end in 2009. And this had a dramatic effect on Guysuco. Now, I think I should mention at this point that the European Union did inform sugar producing countries of the ACP that they were going to stop this protocol, and did allocate funds for the retooling of various sugar industries. Guyana took the funds in the form of budgetary support. Now, the funds were of course intended to retool the industry and make it a modern industry. We had to maintain certain European Union indicators. We had to stop following, land under cane, etc. So it is, some people have speculated that our yield decline started trying to make these indicators to get the budgetary support. The money was to come to Guysuco. Now I admit we have been getting subsidies from the government, so the money did eventually come to us. Now when the protocol sugar ended, we found ourselves in the world market. Now, I'll give you an example. In 2012, sugar prices were extremely high. We were quite happy to be in that market. We received $650 a ton for sugar, which was remarkably high. In 2013, we received $705 a ton on average from the European Union. So we were smiling. Then, between 2013 and 2014, the sugar market crashed. In 2014, we got $249 a ton, and in 2015, $300 a ton. At this state, we understand the sugar industry is in a terrible state. The assets of the industry are run down, our cultivations are in a poor state. The sugar management and technical support and our staff are inexperienced. These are things we know. So, as I told you before, it's not all doom and gloom. There is some light at the end of the tunnel. It might be a very long tunnel, but I can still see a little glimmer of hope there somewhere. The Berbice estates of Albion and Vermont have consistently, over the last 20 years, been the lowest cost, most efficient estates in the industry. The decision to keep Ivelaw estate going was because Ivelaw and the West Bank, West Demerara, has a very high concentration of very, very committed cane farmers. And as the previous speaker said, they support a massive number of the population, the cane farmers and other businesses, etc. Now, our current program for the 3 estates, remember I can only speak on behalf of our 3 estates. I use the word our in a very broad sense, our 3 estates. We need to increase the sugar production. So how are we going to go about doing this? So we need to get rid of, produce more tons cane per hectare. We need to reduce our older tools, we need to accelerate the tillage, improve infrastructure, have enough punts, reduce the burn to grinding intervals. That's agriculture. I'll get a little bit more into detail about the agriculture. Sometimes we ignore that we have very, very old factories. Recently we had a visit from someone from the European Union who wanted a tour of our factories. Not to see the factories, because he was a historian. And the only place he'd seen these things are in books. So our current mode of thought is that Albion factory will need a packaging plant. We need to have better storage capacity at Blairmont and Ivelaw. We need to upgrade the steam generation, power plant equipment at Albion, Blairmont, and more particularly at Blairmont, because Blairmont produces a very high quality sugar. All the processing equipment in all three of our factories have to be rehabilitated or new ones to be bought. These are crystallizers, centrifugal machines, juice heaters, pans, evaporators. Some of our motors are so old that the manufacturer no longer manufactures them. So a lot of money has to go into the field and the factory. Now, with regards to the field, we are short an enormous amount of equipment. We need the next number of tillage tractors. We don't have them. If anybody's ever seen, one of the reasons we are not planting as much as we can is we can't till as much as we can because we don't have the tractors, because we don't have the spares, we don't have the money to buy the spares. So a lot of this thing comes down to capital investment. If anyone recently has tried to go along one of our dams, you'll find out that it's sometimes at the lake of mud to get down some of these dams. So the infrastructure, the aqueducts have to be done, the drainage system has to be done. Now, what are our plans for the 3 estates? Now, I want to emphasize that I do not want to see the 3 estates follow the other 4 estates, because that would be really a situation that we couldn't tolerate. I mean, the economy of Guyana, I don't think could tolerate something like that. So we have to do something for our 3 estates. We all hear about the world market price of sugar. I mean, this morning it was 11.98 cents a ton. That's ridiculous. It won't get up to 17. Maybe about 17, we can stabilize it around that. Our plan is value added. We cannot compete on the world market price, and we cannot continue to sell bulk sugar to the European Union at world market prices. This is a fact. So we're not going to advocate Guysuco continuing to sell at a loss to our European partners. So what are we planning to do? We initiated a study which looks like it will go ahead to the production of plantation white sugar. Now, under the CARICOM rules, if sugar-producing countries can produce 75% white sugar, all extra regional sugars will get taxed. The plantation white, we get a lot more money selling our plantation white. We need to relocate the packaging plant at Enmore. We have a packaging plant at Enmore, which is no longer Guysuco's, but we still have a packaging plant there. We need to bring that packaging plant to Albion Estate for Albion to produce packaged sugar. Now, as I said, we're moving away from the bulk to produce a packaged sugar. There's a lot more money. Even sugar on the local market is twice the price that we get on the world market. The other major project that we will be going ahead with will be a cogeneration. And there's a feasibility study out for this one at this particular point, which is sponsored by the European Union. Albion and Ivelaw will have to produce electrical power for the national grid. Now, the other interesting thing about Ivelaw will need a packaging plant eventually, but we've adopted a different model for Ivelaw. In 2013, Ivelaw had no farmers supplying cane to Ivelaw, none. They all went to Wales. I was at Ivelaw this morning, and 55% of the area that we cultivate are now farmers. 40% of all the canes that Guysuco crushed in the last crop were from farmers. And we had a farmers outreach this morning, I thought, because we need to encourage farmers. The private sector can do things a lot more efficiently than we can. Now, these farmers will employ some of our workers, right? So we're looking at IFA to become a farmer's estate. We will run the factory. Now, the success of the future of Guysuco is highly dependent on qualified and experienced management teams, with an emphasis on project management, agriculture, and factory operations management. The factory also requires very strong leadership in Guysuco. Another area we need to work on in the future is our industrial relations. The sugar industry has had a very checkered history and IR history. It's been characterized by mistrust, animosity, strikes, and a lot of negative connotations that are very detrimental to the smooth running of a sugar industry. It's something we need to work on with the unions. The unions are our partners, and it's important to note that the unionized workers are our workers. We are there for them. They're our employees. So we have to have a conversation with the unions on the way forward. One of the other important areas would be that of technical training and managerial training. We accept that we have an aging workforce. Our senior staff average age is around 45 years old. A lot of people have left the industry. A lot of very educated, very hard-working people have left the industry in the last 10 years. So we are hemorrhaging with experienced staff. So we need to have a very intensive training program in the areas of management and technical areas. Now, just to summarize, we need strong management, cost rationalization with the implementation of plantation white at Albion Estate, value-added brown sugar at Blairmouth Estate, and cogeneration at Albion and Ifat Estate. And hopefully we get some debt forgiveness from the government again, and that will aid us in pushing the cooperation forward. Thank you.